It's too easy to handicap yourself following your own best interest. When you try to follow your own best interest and be safe, you avoid the mistakes that come with trying to dream big. You can't fail, but at the same time, you can't succeed. And I think a lot of the time this happens in our careers too. Early on in our lives, we decide that we're going to do the one thing that we think we're already good at, and we don't branch out beyond that. Anything else is secondary. But I think what you really need to do is follow your interests. Because only when you follow your interests and find something that you're genuinely passionate about is when you're going to be happy and when you can feel free doing what you're going to do for the rest of your life. I mean, I was caught in that too. Early on in my life, I thought I was going to be in the sciences, and I thought, oh, well, this is the one subject that I really, really excel at, so I can keep doing it. No matter what I care about besides that, I can't trust my ability to do that. I need to do this. And a lot of other careers at the same time, I didn't branch out because I thought I needed to be a certain type of person and fit a certain archetype of a person. But I wasn't that, and so I wouldn't branch out. But I think more important than that, it's going beyond that. See, the sciences weren't my only interest. I had a lot of things. After I decided I wanted to go into the sciences, I found out how much I love music and I love arts. And throughout high school, a lot of my interests were focused around that. When I wasn't in school and finishing that or with my friends, a lot of that was spent practicing music. And a lot of that was being also encouraged by the people around me. Like, I had classically trained singers and people who were making beats for rappers on SoundCloud around me. Like, it was such a wide variety of people. But I think it encouraged me a lot. And I found out how beautiful it was when you could make an audience feel something that you feel with your work. When you could draw an experience that's going to last and be with them and carry an emotion with them. I was amazed because I'm not a natural performer. But like one time at a choir concert in Boston, the classically trained singer I told you about, one of my friends, Sam, he made a woman weep by singing a part from an opera. It was an old woman with tears running down her face. The entire crowd was dead silent. And there's just this woman ugly crying in the front because she was feeling it so much. Like, it was beautiful. And at the same time, like, everyone thought it was ridiculous and it was funny and something to laugh at. But at the same time, it was amazing that she was having this experience, that she was connecting with something that he was doing because he was doing it so well. Recently, I found an opportunity to relate that to my career. And honestly, on the 4th of July, recently, with friends, I started off my day by having to go and get fireworks in Fontana. I had to drive them all the way up the coast to bring them to Rancho Palos Verdes on the beach. And the whole way up, my friend was playing his beach playlist the whole way there. He was excited for this trip. He was so excited for this trip and to finally see everyone we hadn't seen for so long. It was both people that were just graduated and people we hadn't seen for a while. People who had moved on, people who had gone on to their own careers, whether it was college or not. And getting back together, we went to his house, right? Our friend's beach house. And I think part of what made that experience so memorable was the ability to go on the beach and just play music and just relax and enjoy ourselves. It was an experience. It didn't require an active input. It didn't require performance that we all needed to focus on the entire time, but it was a vibe. It was a mood, and it was one that stuck with us. And I think one of the reasons it was so important is because I want to be able to do something like that. So that's what inspired my career to start a bar. Because during that night, one of my friends made a joke and said, oh, we should open a speakeasy out of my dorm room in college, as one does. And it was a joke. It was obviously a joke. It was such a stupid statement. But it stuck with me because I realized I wanted to be able to do that. Not selling alcohol on a college campus, but the idea that I could create an experience that could last with someone. Not out of an active performance, because I'm not a performer, but the ability to create a vibe that stays with you and that creates an experience and a space that you want to be in. And through that, it was kind of like the way I wanted to, it was an ability to see the way that I wanted to use my talents in the future. Because even though we were all from different walks of life, there was plenty of us who were out of state, from out of state, or plenty of us who were just in state and have jobs or going in, even into higher education. It was such a big moment because even though we were all so different, it was a vibe that we could all connect to. And that's what really stuck with me. A little nudge was all I needed to find what I really wanted to do with my life. And as a matter of fact, I'm not the only one. The idea stuck with me, but the idea stuck with a lot of my friends too. Two of them are actually in bartending school right now, getting it. The point I'm trying to make with this is trying too hard to be safe can hurt you more than anything else you can do. I almost made that mistake and locked myself into a career that I didn't want and I want nothing to do with now. But I looked at my passions and I realized the bar is what I want more than I want to be in any other safe career. A little nudge and a little belief in myself and what I could do has made the most difference. Clinging to what I think is going to be safe for me could do any amount of damage. But just trying and doing what I want to do and doing it the best I can only do good for me.